The first altcoin of the day that I've chosen to showcase to you today is going to be a bit of comp. As you can see here, guys, previous all-time highs? Previous all-time highs coming through here for comp, causing a pretty strong trend line to the downside. We're looking at around $900 there. Pretty crazy stuff. You can see actually the resistance that we've got from this zone really quite strong. Really quite strong. I mean, it is going to be the September lower high sort of scenario from the all-time high there, but we did actually have challenged this lower high multiple times, and this basically is going to give us a very strong horizontal for the future, guys. A very strong horizontal for the future. Now, let's weigh up some breakout scenarios, because to the lower side, obviously, we got this low coming through here at around this 197 there. You can see actually the level of support that we have formed along this zone multiple times here. Really quite good. You can see yesterday that insane dump to the downside. We actually got pretty held up, which is really nice by this support. Really quite good there. And now we could be looking at progression to the upside. Nice breakout scenario to be looking out for there. I mean, to be honest with you, it is a symmetrical triangle, guys. It is a symmetrical triangle at the top of an uptrend there. So it is a bullish pennant chart pattern. So these tend to usually break to the upside, but it's quite big on the scale of things in terms of downtrends. So when I say it's on the big scale in terms of downtrends, right? You can see the downtrends are really quite large here. So if we are looking for any sort of if it is going to break out to the downside, guys, which, as I said, it's not as likely to, but if it is, there is going to be a short position to be taken advantage of, and that is still not going to bring us down to the previous low. So that's still very achievable in terms of a short position there. We could be looking at around a 26.47% gain there. So really not too bad. In terms of an upwards breakout scenario there, we could be looking at something along the lines of this. Obviously, we're going to be above all major moving averages for this as well. Obviously, guys, speculatively speaking on where we're going to break as well. And also, this isn't greedy measure moves, guys. This is quite achievable, really quite achievable, at around 24.97% there. So that's going to be around a 25% gain there. And obviously, we're not going to be getting in, I don't think, until we've cleared this high here, because the moment that we clear this lower high, guys, we're going to be breaking out of this trend line. We're going to be literally invalidating a lower high here, and that's basically a confirmation that we're going to have continuous momentum to the upside. I would say second take profit for me personally. I would probably be jumping down to the lower term time frames to get a few more in there, just in terms of correlative horizontal points there, and also moving averages. As we start trending up, they're going to be more reactive there on the shorter term time frames due to the candle sizes there. But this is sort of the sort of template that I would be looking for here, guys. As you can see, entry around this 390, first take profit around this 426, second 448, 463, and yeah, to finish off, probably 463 there. Not too bad. We'll just have to see how that goes, but definitely something to be looking out for the future there for comp, in terms of a lovely breakout scenario. Let's jump down to the smaller term time frames, see what we can gauge that's basically happened here. As you can see, I would say we've got this 200 EMA here that's actually acting as a level of resistance now. After us finding multiple levels of support on this zone, right? Multiple levels of support on this zone. So now we know if we can get above this, guys, hopefully we're actually going to take a leg up from here, and that would give us a bit more confirmation that we're going to see a breakout for the future on the longer term time frames that we were talking about. If we see resistance here, we already know about this level of support. We already know about this $316 level for a lovely bounce point up again. Maybe we're going to consolidate along there for a bit, maybe a little symmetrical triangle coming through, and then we're looking at a micro breakout, and then an invalidation of lower highs, and then a bigger breakout on the macro scale. So yeah, a couple of scenarios to be looking out for that for the future there for comp. But what I would say is what has just happened there, trend line has been broke to the downside here quite aggressively as well, going off this high low and also this high low here. And as you can see, we do have another symmetrical triangle coming through from this high as well in terms of lower highs being set. So yeah, it's not the end of the world, but what I would say is pretty strong trend lines coming through on the micro sort of scale here. In terms of breaking these up, it's going to be fairly hard, right? It's going to be fairly hard, because you can see there's a lot of resistance here for us to break through, right? So what I would say is probably a lower high gets set around this sort of area, and then a bit more continuation to the downside. Just for now, places to watch in terms of support, in terms of a bounce point there, is going to be around 326 for the shorter term time frame. But yeah, that is going to be your daily update today on comp.